Well, I feel like it shouldn't have took me this long to know what it's like to really live in my womanhood and being treated like a woman. Fully embracing my feminine energy, I feel like I'm defeating it. I feel like I'm becoming a stronger woman. I feel like what's up, YouTube friends and family? It's Sunny Dread in here. Alright, before we get into it, subscribe and like so you can see more of me. Today's topic, I'm going to talk about how Masc femme women get treated differently between this homosexual spectrum. If you've been following me for some time, just on social media, TikTok prominently, then you would know that I have talked a lot about being treated differently because of my Masc energy. You know, not being treated more so like a man because of the Masc energy that I do possess here. Here's just a few of them.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. I got like a small rant. As a masculine woman, but very feminine at the same time, I didn't know that I was giving up the rights of all my rights of courtship when putting on clothes that makes me comfortable. You know, I didn't know I was just giving up my whole feminine rights. And what I mean by that is, like, I still expect to be treated like a woman. You know, I still want flowers too. I still want my door to be open for me. I still want my chair to be slid out for me. I want to be swept off my feet too. And it seems like that energy is never reciprocated when it comes to the femme community. Like, do I gotta date another me, I'm dumb, but that doesn't satisfy me sexually, you know what I'm saying? You know, femmes be like, oh, I pay for the meal, la 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 la. But that's it. Where's my flowers? Where's my smack on the ass? Where's the real courtship? It's none. It's one-sided. It's very one-sided in the film community.
Okay, now that you got that, you know, it seems that Masc presenting women usually get the poopy end of the stick. If I might say. Well, through my experience. But as lately, you know, I found someone that could treat me like the woman that I am. It seems though when you're Masc presenting, it's like they try to totally obliterate the fact that you don't have any feminine energy in your bones or wants or desires, like real courtship and things like that. And I've gotten a lot of that being in relationships and things like that, and that's because I didn't know that was something that I was really craving until I sat alone with myself and was like, dang, I want flowers. I want to be taken out on dates. I want my door open for me. No matter what I look like today or tomorrow. I don't feel like that I should put on like some lip gloss and some lashes and a cute dress just to get some type of, you know, respect as a woman. You feel me? And, you know, I just noticed how differently I was treated, you know, when I dressed up as a more masculine versus how I dress, you know, when I'm feeling a little bit more feminine today. It happens outside of relationships and just within my daily life. As a Masc woman, I feel like I feel like I shouldn't have to have a discussion with my partner just to say, hey, I would like to be romanticized. That's basically what I'm saying. I would like flowers too, or, you know, take me out on a date and you pay, I tip, or just things like that. I don't feel like it should be a discussion or I should communicate with this person, because when I made those TikToks like that, people were like, oh, that's something that you guys supposed to talk about first if you don't want anybody treating you like a man. And I'm like, what? You know? I'm like, that's really something that we have to do these days, to be even just treated like a regular decent being, like you really like me. Ain't that's like what you do when you really like somebody? That's what I'm thinking in my head. You know, if you really like somebody, then you gonna show up and show out for them. hey, how do you want to be treated, like a man or a woman? Like, who's coming to the table and saying that? You know, why do we have to even have these gender roles in a homosexual relationship anyway? Why even bring those heterosexual normatives inside of what we got going on? That's just all I'm saying. Even though that you're a masculine person and you have some type of pure dominance to you, still treat them like you want to be with them. You know what I'm saying? I think it just provides comfortability and reassurance to a person when you court them correctly and you show them that you really, rock with them. It shouldn't have took this long for me to, well, I feel like it shouldn't have took me this long to know what it's like to really live in my womanhood and being treated like a woman, and when I say being treated like a woman, it's like, dang, hey baby, I got us some dates set up, I'm gonna pay for here, I'm gonna pay for there. If you want your hair done, I got you. Those same things. It's just like being taken care of and thought of. I don't know if you want to say that's being treated like a woman, but I feel like that's just being like treating somebody that you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I care about you, so I want the best for you or something like that. I don't even like being put in a box, but I feel like people need these labels in order to associate to their level of ignorance sometimes. So that's why I consider myself, more so androgynous versus a stud or a femme or STEM, whatever you want to call it, to some, all of this stuff. I really don't even like being boxed in because I feel like I'm just a human at the end of the day and deserve some type of human decency, regardless of my sexuality. I just don't understand why it takes, when we put like labels like aggressive femme, they're like, oh, well, you just need an aggressive femme then in order to fill that out. And I'm like, no, I just feel like I just wanted somebody to just love me at the end of the day for me and show some type of, courtship, like, dang, I really want to take you out. I really want to, and now I have that who treats me like a woman. I just really didn't feel like that a discussion had to be made when being treated right, being treated as a person, just a regular being out here. Alright, so to piggyback off what I was saying, Masc presenting women, it doesn't mean that they do not want some type of like love back, you feel me? It doesn't mean that they don't want their flowers. It doesn't mean none of that, because at the end of the day, they're still women and deserve to be loved too. No matter what a person looks like or what they present, they still need some kind of love. You feel me? It takes a lot of inner work to even recognize the fact that you want this. Me per se, I've just recently started embracing more of my feminine side because I felt a fear, the fear of so much attraction to me, that unwanted predatory stuff. You feel me? I felt like I was more so hiding, and when I was wearing stud clothes, I felt like that I was attracting the people that I wanted, which was lesbian women. So I dressed up more masculine and presented a lot more dominance, so I could get what I wanted, which is, like I said, a lesbian. And so now that I'm older and I realized, I sat there and thought about it, I was like, damn, I never embraced or really just lived in my womanhood. So I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't know how to I still don't know how to do my own hair, just little, the things, the feminine things that, women would have, getting your nails done, like things like that. I didn't, embrace. I was just like, But now I go and get these things done, and it just feels like self-care, and it feels like I'm really taking care of myself. I feel beautiful. I feel even more sexy than anything in this world. So I just been finding myself. I just been taking each day at a time and, looking at myself in the mirror and hugging myself and asking myself, like, what do you really want? What will make you feel better? What makes you feel good? And what are your fears? And when I found out that what the fear it was just that those predatory males, I was like, dang, I'm old enough to be able to stand on my own 2 feet now and be like, no, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. I'm able to say no now. I'm grown enough to live in my truth and feel a lot better about it, you know, because when I was younger and dressing more feminine, it was just so scary. You don't know what this world is filled in. It has so much evil too, and it has so much good too. And you know, being young and dressing more feminine and someone trying to just strip you from your innocence and things like that. So it created a more of a sheltered child. And I just feel like now, fully embracing my feminine energy, I feel like I'm defeating it. I feel like I'm becoming a stronger woman. I feel like I'm finally fighting back, and I got some type of blow and kickback. Just embracing it, my womanhood. And I just feel like to those other, you know, masc presenting women who's presenting so much dominance energy and don't allow nobody to take care of them or love them, is because it's something deeper than that. And we all gotta recognize that shit and hug our demons and let that motherfucker go at the end of the day. And it got me crying here. That's why I'm like so, you know, strong on like, don't treat me like I don't deserve no type of love, because for a long time I ran from it, you know, loving myself. And man, I was not expecting to cry over here even talking about this. Now that I'm learning how to do my makeup and wearing nice beautiful dresses and jewelry, beautiful bras and panty sets and stuff like that, I feel good. I feel amazing. I feel like the woman that I always knew that I could be. It doesn't take away none of my masculine energy. It doesn't. And that's why I refuse to be treated anything less than. That's all I'm saying. Masc presenting women don't deserve to be treated like that. You know, and I know it's a lot of us that get treated like that. A lot of studs. You know, it's more than that. Let's not keep assuming these roles as a male. You know what I mean? Embrace that feminine side. Love yourself. Okay, and I think that's all I got to say. Sending that out, and like and subscribe for more.